everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. So today I'm finally going to be sitting down to do a review on the Rimmel 25-hour lasting finish foundation. You guys know I love the blue one, which is right there. That is the Rimmel Match Perfection foundation. It's amazing. I love it. I'm obsessed. But yeah, I've been trying this out here and there, and I'm still sitting on the fence with regards to it, but today I'm finally going to be doing a wear test and seeing how it wears and seeing how it kind of sits on my partially oily T-zone situation. So yeah, let's just get into this. So I have the shade Nutmeg. Now on the back of the foundation it says full coverage foundation enriched with a comfort serum, instant perfect coverage that feels extra comfortable and lasts all day. And it also says that it's sweat, heat, humidity and transfer proof up to 25 hours, sorry. Who even wears a foundation for 25 hours? Okay, without any further ado, let's just hop into the demo. So I zoomed you guys in so you guys can see all my imperfections up close and personal. Alright, so we're going to prime one half of the face, and this is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And we just want to see how the foundation sits on primed skin and non-primed skin. Okay, next moving on to the foundation, I really like that it has a pump, and I'm just going to pump this on the back of my hand. You guys can see it is quite a thick consistency. Just mind this little stampy thing happening on my hand. So you guys can see it is a bit of a thickish consistency. You can see with the peaks that it's creating. I'm not really being shy with it. I'm going to use a brush on one side of my face, and I'm going to be using a sponge on the other side of my face. So I think on the primed side I'm going to use a sponge, and the non-primed side I'm going to use a brush. So the sponge I'm using today is my Color Beauty Blending Sponge. Okay, so I feel like I'm getting a medium coverage, but I also feel like the foundation, or the sponge rather, is absorbing most of the foundation. So okay, so I'm gonna move on to this side of my face with the brush, and then we'll come back and try and build up this side. I'm just dotting the foundation once again. Okay, now to blend this side, I'm going to be using my Switch Beauty Metal Gloss Range Rounded Top Kabuki brush. So right off the bat, I will say that I feel like the brush is adding a lot more coverage. So this side of my face is more medium to full. This side of my face is like light medium. So I'm going to try and go ahead and build this side up. I'm just going to build the coverage up where I need it, not necessarily the entire side of my face. I'm just going to put a little bit extra on this spot that I have on my forehead. Okay, so I will say that a brush is packing on this foundation a lot better than a sponge. If you want a more sheer coverage, or if it's one of those days where you want like a no makeup look, then I will say definitely use a sponge. But if you want the full coverage, then definitely use a brush. So I'm just lightly building up the coverage on my cheeks. I'm not building up the coverage along my entire face because this foundation is thick and it can become a cakey mess. So yeah. So I would say that this foundation is a demi matte finish. It is for the most part matte on the skin, but it just has a little bit of a glow on the high planes of my face. So I think that looks really, really nice. It doesn't look too heavy on the face. It's not settling anywhere just yet. We'll have to see how that goes. I have a few imperfections and dry skin from pimples that are healing and stuff, but it's not emphasizing anything, and it's not making anything stand out or anything of that sort so far. So I'm just going to finish off my makeup on camera, and I'm using the Morphe concealer in the shade Frappe. So for setting powder today, I'm going to be using my Coty Airspun translucent powder. Of course, you can use whatever translucent powder you have at home, but I'm also in the testing phase of this one. That is why I'm using this instead of my Yardley Absolute translucent powder. So as always, I'm going to bake all the areas that I've highlighted. Okay, and then I'm also going to be setting one side of my face. So I think I'm going to set the non-primed side with powder. So I'm gonna do like the most basic look of life. I'm taking my Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. And I'm just gonna bronze up my face. So I'm gonna stop here for now, just so that we can see the full potential of this foundation throughout the day. Wherever I've put the Morphe concealer, I can see a little bit of dryness and the concealer hanging on to my dry patches. So I'm not loving that. So this concealer should definitely not be paired with this foundation, but I think this concealer in general is not that great anyway. But yeah, so far I like the foundation, I like the coverage, I like the way it matches, because it matches pretty well even though my chest is lighter than my face, who cares. So I've been wearing this foundation for about over half an hour now, and I only just realized 5 minutes ago that I didn't tell you guys what the time was. So the time right now is actually 6 minutes to 11, and yeah, I will check in with you guys maybe 3 to 4 hours from now. Okay, so I am back and the time right now is 5 minutes past 3. So I've had this foundation on for around, I want to say, for a little under 5 hours now. And as you guys can see, I'm not wearing any highlight today, I'm not wearing any blush, I'm just wearing bronzer and this foundation. Sorry for the poor lighting, I have a filler light right here and back there because of the lighting, but we'll adjust. Okay, so if you guys can see, I'm getting shiny right around my nose area, and also a little bit on my forehead and quite a bit on this cheek area, which is typically where I do get oily. The dryness and the patchiness from the Morphe concealer has kind of resolved itself once my natural oils have come through, so I don't really see much of the dryness that was on my nose. So far everything looks fine. I will say that around my mouth area it is looking a bit dry and a little bit cakey, and I have a little bit settling into my expression line on the side of my face. Now I will note that there is no settling here, so nothing has settled in my expression line here, but let us remember that this is the side that is set with powder, this side is not set with powder. Okay, so I'm just gonna blot this side. So this is pretty much what the face looks like once I've blotted, which, as you guys can see, the foundation still looks the same. It hasn't changed anything, it hasn't moved anything. The oil just simply seeped through the foundation and then I just blotted that away. So the time is currently 33 minutes past 5. And I'm losing a lot of light outside, so I think this is going to be my last check-in for the day. I'm going to do a second day check-in tomorrow, just let you guys know my final thoughts on this foundation. But so far, you guys can see my skin is still glowy. I'm not wearing any highlight whatsoever. I feel like on oily skin, this foundation is holding up pretty well. My nose is finally starting to rub off a little. It could be because I continuously rub my nose. So overall, I really like the way this foundation is wearing. I'm gonna try and exfoliate my skin really well to see if it makes a difference with regards to like the dryness on my nose and like the cakiness around my mouth, because it's kind of getting cakey around where I have a healing pimple. So yeah, I am going to wear this for the next few hours and then wash my face and go to bed, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See you then. Okay, so it is the second day check-in and I've been wearing this foundation for a few hours now. I'm just going to zoom you guys in so you guys can see what my face looks like. So I applied foundation all over my face and I just built up the coverage on my cheek area to just cover some of my imperfections. And yeah, this is what the foundation looks like. overall, I really do like this foundation. I think that for oily skin girls, it lasts a reasonable amount of time. We're probably going to have to test it out in summer and see how it works in summer. But for me personally, I really enjoyed wearing this foundation. It looks pretty good on the skin. It has like a soft matte finish on the skin. I feel like you could just get away with using this foundation, put a little bit of bronzer and be out the door because it looks really nice, really natural, really fresh. Please, you guys, do not use this foundation with a sponge unless you intend to have a light coverage from this foundation, because a sponge just soaks up all of the product. Maybe use a flat foundation brush or use a rounded kabuki top brush, and these will probably work better to apply this foundation. I kind of love the Rimmel Match Perfection a little bit better than I do love this one, simply because this one sticks to dry patches, but I mean, it's nothing that a little bit of exfoliation can't fix. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I forgot to mention a few things, I will leave my final thoughts down there, so don't forget to go and check it out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. Please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, like my video, share with all of your friends and all that great stuff. Don't forget to slay all day every day with and without makeup, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.